Hello! Nick here from American College of Norway. We are live here today to talk about studying abroad in Norway and specifically why you should study abroad at ACN. We're going to wait a little bit to see how many people join us, but the plan of action for today is really just to talk about what our program is and why we think it's beneficial for you to come here if you're thinking of studying in Norway. And if you're not even, we're hoping that maybe we can convince you to come here. And I also have some current students here that are studying abroad with us, and they're going to be getting some questions thrown by me. They're going to share some of their experiences, but also what this opportunity is for you to send us any question you have about ACN, about what it's like in Norway, what it's like here in Moss, travel opportunities, any questions you possibly have about studying here, send them, because we would love for you to study abroad here, and we would love to be able to answer any questions you might have, because I know there's so many programs to choose from, and we have been in that boat before. So I'm going to give it just a little bit more. I see a lot of people joining us, and they're waving at us. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Wow, we have a lot of people actually following us now. Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to get started with the program for today. And like I said, my name is Nick. I am the Marketing and Activities Coordinator here at the American College Norway. And what my job is I do all the social media for the school, so all the Instagramming, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Snapchat, all of those things. I run all of that. I also work with the students to plan events on campus. So we have various events like homecoming. We have the spring formal. We'll have the haunted house. A lot of things you've probably seen online. I help organize that with the students. And then in addition to that, I work directly with both student populations. But for you, Americans thinking of coming here, I will be working with you to get you from the United States here, because I will send you information about arrival, about the possibility of having someone pick you up at the bus stop here in Moss, about any questions you have prior to coming here. I will also, when you get here, arrange a time to actually take you to the grocery store, because you need to get food and things are in a different language here. And although things may look similar, it's a little bit different. So I will work with you and see you around campus, and I will help you. But so now it is September, and we are opening applications for spring 2019. And before I get started with that, I wanted to introduce you to the Americans we have here, because they're sitting thinking like, why didn't you introduce me yet? So I have Megan, who's from the University of North Dakota.
Hello.
And I have Patrick, who is from Mayville State University, two of our partner schools here. And they are here for the semester. Megan's here for one semester, but she's actually loving it so much that she's hoping to stay for the whole year. And Patrick is here for the whole year. We have a few more students that are studying abroad with us, but they actually aren't in the building anymore because they just left to go to Amsterdam. So we'll talk about travel opportunities later. But I wanted to kind of explain our program a bit, so that way you can kind of understand it before really, you're shopping around for programs, you're thinking what's best for you. And I'm going to go over that. I see tons of people waving still, and someone said, woohoo, Megan! So that is your roommate. Taya's watching. So feel free to keep waving, smiling. It is super fun to see this. I see a lot of past students. And hi. But so, the American College of Norway. What we are is, we are a super small school located in Moss, Norway, and that is 40 minutes south of Oslo. So it's a smaller town with around 30,000 people here, but it still has that bigger town feel because it is in Europe, and that means there's a city center, and in the city center there's tons of restaurants, there's cafes, there's bakeries, there's a library, there's a museum, there's art galleries, there's a movie theater, there's tons of things. So it's a little bit different in that sense that it's smaller, but it's a European city, so there's things to do. But what we have are mainly Norwegian students, and you're thinking the title is American College in Norway, so why are there Norwegian students? So the Norwegian students study at American College Norway for 1 year. They start their US bachelor's degree here in Norway, and then they'll transfer to the United States. We have partner schools in the United States, and some of them will go to the partner schools, like University of North Dakota, Mayville State, Springfield College, Southern New Hampshire, the list goes on. But they can also apply to anywhere in the US, and we're here to help them with that. And that means we also have students that come from the partner schools to study abroad. You can also come from any school in the United States to study here, and we can work with you with the application and get all of that for you. But the partner schools obviously send us tons of students, and those students also study here on campus too. So mostly Norwegians are here, and what that means for you is that you're going to be studying with Norwegian students. And that's a little bit different than if you went to another program in Norway, like University of Oslo or Bergen or Stavanger, because what you'd be doing is you would be studying with a bunch of other international students in English, and it's a great opportunity, and we really would love for everyone to study abroad because we've done it before too. But the one thing is, here at ACN, you're actually going to be studying alongside Norwegians, and you're going to have probably a Norwegian roommate. And you're gonna learn a lot about Norwegian culture, and you're probably gonna do things like skiing with your Norwegian friends. You're probably gonna go hiking with them. You're gonna do super Norwegian things, and sometimes you don't get that opportunity because you're with international students from all over the world and you're hanging out. But our students, we are so happy for them to have such great relationships with Norwegian students here. And I think that really enhances their experience because they came to Norway. They want to meet Norwegian students, they want to do the Norwegian things, and they're afforded that opportunity here at ACN because of that. And I wanted to ask our students kind of like if you feel that has been a highlight of the program so far. So Patrick, I know that you have made a lot of good friends here so far, and a lot of them are Norwegian. And how has that been for you? Because I know that you have Norwegian ancestry and you came here wanting to experience Norway, but how has it been to actually interact and be friends with Norwegians in a college setting?
In a college setting, well, it's been quite interesting. I mean, it's, you get told a lot of times that Norwegians are reserved, but here they're a lot more outgoing. So it's a lot easier to actually make a lot more friends, and you spend day trips with them, you hang out with them, you get to learn the subtle differences that you have from back home that they have here. And you feel in a short amount of time how quickly those bonds have been, how strong those bonds have gotten.
Thank you. And Megan, your roommate actually is Norwegian, so you probably learned a decent amount about Norwegian culture so far. And do you think that's been a benefit of studying here at ACN?
Yeah, my roommate's awesome, and she's been having me try a lot of Norwegian things, so I've gotten to see things that I probably wouldn't have if I wouldn't have lived with a Norwegian.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so that's good to hear because I haven't actually asked them that. But that's super good to hear because, like Patrick said, Norwegians are a bit more reserved. And it's not that they're being rude or anything. It's just that they really like personal space. So you're not going to maybe have too many conversations out in public. I mean, you might because you're speaking English and they're like, oh, there's foreigners, fun. But when you're just out and about shopping, you're probably not gonna talk to too many people. And the good thing about ACN is our Norwegian students that are studying here are super excited to go to the United States. They kind of are learning that American mentality. They're outgoing, they want to hang out with them, and they're super proud about showing our American students their culture and their home country. So that's one thing that's a real benefit of American College Norway. And a super cool thing about our program, I think personally, is the roles get reversed because the Norwegian students then go to the United States. And because of the connections they've made at ACN, they're able to, go to North Dakota, they're able to go to California, they're able to go to wherever our students are in the United States to visit them. Sometimes they go to the same school as them, so they're doing the same thing as what they did for the Americans that are here. So that's one benefit I really like. I see a few questions coming in, so I kind of want to go into some of those. Ooh, that's a good question. Let me see if there's any more before I jump to that one. Someone says, I love you, Nick. I love you too. Thank you. Some people are waving. Thank you, Abby, Mayville State represent. Thank you. We miss you, Abby. We're so happy that you studied abroad with us this summer. Let's see. The question was, do you have to be rich to study at ACN? And I think that question might mean, do you have to have a lot of money to study abroad in Norway? Now, Norway is a super expensive country, and we hope that doesn't scare people away. But what we like to do for our students is we like to make it as affordable as we can. And what you do is actually, if you're applying here for a study abroad program, you'd work with your international office, and you'd be paying usually the home tuitions price. But that is an agreement that you have to talk with your international office about. If you're applying directly to ACN, not from your institution, all of the information is actually on our website. But here at ACN, a super easy way to be able to do a lot of the things here in Norway and have money, I would really recommend budgeting for it. I know a lot of the international offices, they prepare budget sheets for students, so you figure out how much it will cost weekly for your groceries, how much it will cost for your rent, all these various things, your trips and whatnot. And the thing in Norway is, an easy way to save money is not to really go out all the time. You can do it once in a while, but you're going to be here with a bunch of college students as well too, and the plan is to, get together in our activity center, make food with them, have cultural nights where you guys make each other's national dishes, and stuff like that. So you can make it affordable if you really plan. I'm going to kind of let you guys answer that a bit because you're the students and you came here. And how has it been financially for you? Because Norway is one of the most expensive countries in the world.
Well, financially, it's been pretty good, affordable for the most part. You just learn to budget better, and you change up what you're eating a little bit. Fresh produce is cheaper here than the processed. You can actually eat healthier and everything on a better budget than in the U.S.
Yeah, I think it's all about managing your money, and for me, the tuition here is actually cheaper than at UND, so I save money on my tuition.
Okay. And one important thing to note is when I said I take the students to the grocery store, I know you're on a student budget, so I arrange the trip on purpose so that way I can really show you, ways to have shortcuts to be able to make things more affordable for you. So I'll show you the cheaper brands here and all that and give you some tips just when it comes to saving money. And the one cool thing though about being in Europe in general is travel opportunities. Now at ACN, we only have classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So every week here at ACN is a 3-day week. And in Europe, there's tons of budget airlines. So there's Ryanair, there's EasyJet, there's various airlines that are super affordable. So that means you can get a flight to places all over Europe for next to nothing. So you really can travel for a really cheap amount. Let me see if there's a few more questions. That's a really good question. Yes. If you don't want to travel all around Europe, and seeing we're now talking about travel, this is perfect because I was going to talk about this. It says, is there an opportunity to travel and experience things around Moss and Norway? And that is a fantastic question. Thank you for throwing out that question, because one thing that I love doing is I love showing the students the area. And on Fridays, seeing we don't have classes at all, I like to organize day trips. So in the past, we've done day trips to Oslo. We just did one last Friday, and both of the students came with me on that. We went to the Royal Palace and watched the changing of the guards. We went to the harbor, to this super cool food hall that used to be an old boat storage room, and it's converted now to this really cool food hall. We went to the harbor and watched the sunrise and sunset, and it was fun. I think it was fun. But how has that been for you guys to have the staff plan activities for you to do in your free time?
That was like great because I don't know if I would have been able to get to Oslo by myself. So having like you organize it and then show us all around like really helped.
So then now you probably can figure out how to get there next time.
Yeah, and I'll know like some places to visit and stuff.
And you, Patrick?
You're a wealth of knowledge.
Thank
Definitely
you.
make it easy so we can learn, like, and then we can go later by ourselves and still be able to find our way back.
Yes, I did want to make sure you found your way back. But no, I like doing that stuff because I think it's that's what separates us. I think a little bit from other programs, like I was saying, is we are a smaller school, and we only have a few staff members here. But all the staff members here, they've all studied abroad, and we've all gone through that. Waking up the next day, where are you? Oh my goodness, I'm scared. I want to leave. This is too much for me. I've been there. My colleagues have been there, and we get that. So we want to make sure that your experience is nothing but the best. So that means our doors at our office are open. You can come by and you can chat with us. We can help you plan where you're going to travel to. We can give you recommendations. I just sent recommendations for Amsterdam to some of the students earlier today. And I really like doing all those activities because on Fridays there's no classes, and that means you might be sleeping, but why would you sleep when there's things to explore? So we definitely do like to plan activities for you. That way you can get the full experience. If you have any other questions, someone, yes, I love you too. Thank you. Thank you for all the love and support. I literally am so happy that people are watching and tuning in, and I'm so happy to see that a lot of our alumni are watching and they're doing great in the U.S. We're super proud of you. And that's one great thing about the program is we have communication with all of our alumni. We've been around for 26 years, and so I'm going to throw some questions actually at the American students. And if you have any other questions, please type them, and then we'll get to those. And let me just see if any more came in. Oh, that's a great question. When will there be an open day? So we will have an open house, and I believe this is a Norwegian student watching, which is super cool. I'm glad there's some Norwegians watching as well. We will have an open day. I believe it's going to be in March. I will post the information pretty soon. We'll select that. But we definitely will have an open house where if you're interested in studying here, we'll have faculty here, we'll have staff here, we'll have students here to help out. So we'll post that information, of course, and we'll get you that information really soon. Ah, yes. That's a good question too. Can you talk about the spring travel course? Thank you for sending that. So all of our courses actually for spring are finalized and they're on our website. That means if you're looking to study abroad and ACN fits into your program, you easily know what classes you can take. One thing about ACN is our credits usually fall into the essential credit studies because all of our classes are taught by visiting faculty or American instructors that live here in Norway. So everything is in English and they're American style lectures. So it's something that you as an American coming here are super familiar with. So it makes the stress of studying abroad here a little less. That way you can, just go to classes, you can travel and do all your things and get the full experience. So we want to make sure that you feel welcome and at home here and don't have all the stress. And plus it's in English, so you're able to follow along. But for the Norwegians, it's great because it actually allows you to understand and get familiarized with an American style lecture before going to the US. So that's a great positive for the Norwegians. And for the spring, we have a travel course, which is super nice because that means a faculty member, Dr. Tammy Carmichael from the University of North Dakota, she has led faculty trips before. She led a trip last year to London, and this year she's going to be leading a trip to Dublin, Ireland, and it is going to be a Viking-themed travel course. It's going to be a one credit travel course, and the plan is to connect Norway and Ireland and the Viking history, and we will actually do some preliminary things here in Norway. We'll more than likely visit the Viking Ship Museum here. I didn't take the students there on last Friday, which I've done before in the past because I was waiting to save that for that trip. And then in Ireland, we haven't selected all the activities we're going to do, but we're going to be in Dublin, but we'll possibly make a day trip to other sites. But that is a great opportunity if you're looking to go abroad and you want to travel, but you're a little apprehensive because you haven't traveled much by yourself. Don't worry, because at ACN, we love having travel courses and we love organizing that. So if you're coming here in the spring, I would definitely consider doing that. I know Patrick, he is going to be staying for the full year. And are you going to go to Ireland, Patrick?
I'm going.
He's going. And actually, Megan is planning to stay, hoping to stay for the whole year. And that's how much she's loved it. She actually had a bit of culture shock when she first moved here and was thinking about leaving. And it went from wanting to leave to staying for a semester, now to possibly staying for a year. And if Megan stays, are you going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's a super fun opportunity because if you're thinking of studying here, but you haven't really traveled that much, you're going to do things in Norway. And there for sure is a travel opportunity to Ireland that's with faculty and staff. So that's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up because that was on my agenda to talk about. But there's all the questions coming in and people waving. Someone said, oh, our alumni Pernilla that's studying at Texas State right now says, much love from Texas. Much love from ACN to Texas. That is a great question. I will send you a message about that because we will get you in contact with actually our advisor here, and she can actually talk with you about studying in the United States and how many years that will be. I will get that noted down. Paulus, please. So thank you for sending that question. Now I'm going to actually just send some questions to, I'm going to send some questions over to Patrick and Megan for this Study Abroad Instagram Live. And I'm going to probably just jump over here too so I can be in the frame. And, ooh, I got to move a bit. Okay, so, one of the questions I have, Megan, why did you decide to study abroad?
It just, like, I wanted to travel a lot, and, like, it's affordable to travel while you're over here, and I wanted to, like, experience new cultures and, like, meet new people and stuff like that.
Good. So, from wanting to study abroad, she wanted to travel, she wanted to have new experiences, meet people from here, but also, like she said, it is affordable once you get here, and being here for a semester, or for our summer school program even, because your classes are only Monday through Thursday, so every weekend's a 3-day weekend. You really can get out and explore, and that's one of the nice things is you're living here, so there's not too much stress to go all the time, so you can plan a trip once a month. And I know you have a few trips planned because we have fall break coming up. That's one of the great things too is we have some pretty nice breaks here. So in the spring we'll have Easter break, which is a whole week off, and our travel course will probably coordinate with that a little bit, so it'll give you time to jump to Ireland and then go onward to maybe England, Scotland, go wherever, because really once you're in Europe it's so easy to get everywhere. But what travel opportunities are you gonna really take advantage of?
Over fall break, I'm planning on going on the Amsterdam trip with the Puritans and Puritans and
Pilgrims?
Pilgrims, yeah, class.
Okay, that's cool.
And then from there, I think I'm going to go to Spain for a few days and Rome for a few days and then come back.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to throw the question to Patrick. So we went from, why did you study abroad? Now, why did you choose ACN?
Well, ACN, for one, Norway was going to be the top choice, which at Mayville State you don't really have many options, but we don't need to worry about that. But my dad's family's from the Stavanger area, so my goal was coming here was to be able to eventually meet up with family that still lives there so they could show me around where my family originated from in Norway before they immigrated to the United States. And with Mayville State, I can go through everything at home to come here, so it's a very easy adjustment.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Now, how has it been socially here at ACN? We are a small school. I'm sure if you guys have researched this a little bit, you find out that we are a super small school, and you would think maybe that we don't have too much going on. But I would like to think it's the opposite, but maybe that's because that's my job. But what do you think socially it's like here on campus?
It's a lot of fun. Like, everyone's super friendly. Like, we have a big group chat, so we hang out and stuff. There's always somebody that's down to do something, so it's fun.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And how does that help with being in a new country and maybe having culture shock? And
It helps a lot. And if you have any questions, like, you can just ask someone because they're all super friendly. I asked, like, my roommates so many questions, like, what does this mean? I can't read it.
That's good. Good. And you, Patrick, same question.
Same
Socially,
question. Socially, it's very active. Every like Thursday night when we don't have class, there's usually a group hanging out in the activity center. And then if anybody wants to do anything, all we need to do is just ask in the group chat on Facebook that we've established this year and see if anybody wants to. And we usually get at least 10 people that are willing to go do something right away, just like on the spur of the moment. So even though you're far from home, it makes it feel a lot more like home.
Okay, now, let's see if there's any questions before I throw more questions at you. Someone says, I want to study abroad. Yes, you should! Studying abroad, I think, is one of the best things you can do in life. Putting yourself out there and experiencing another culture while you're in school. Why not? When I was in college, I studied abroad. I did a short-term program in Australia and New Zealand, and then I did a full semester program in Denmark. And then that actually led to working in an international office. I did an internship at my home institution's study abroad office, the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. And then after that, I was given advice that maybe I should teach abroad because I had such a fabulous time traveling abroad and experiencing all these places. So I went to South Korea for a few years after college, and I taught English for a while. And now that's led me to, I did my master's here in Norway, and now I work at ACN. So, I mean, that kind of all, I think once people study abroad, that really ignites that fire to really get out there and experience more. And it brings so much to the conversation because I know a lot of our Mayville State students, they're going to be teachers, and experiencing different cultures and putting yourself in the minority population, I think speaks volumes because you can be relatable to others and you can share your experiences from your time abroad. So I think there's so many benefits to study abroad. And if you're really thinking about doing it, you should do it because you kind of only get that opportunity once in your life to do it when you're a college student. That's one of the key things is you can travel. And I know, Megan, you've actually traveled to Europe before. Mm-hmm. How has it been different traveling to Europe rather now than living here and studying here?
It's way different because when you just stay here for like a week or so, you don't get to see, like, you don't get to talk to people so much and like experience like actually living here. Like, it's completely different than just being like a tourist.
Good. And I've actually noticed Megan's a shy individual, but she's actually become more open. And we, like, because we're a small school and I see the students every single day, like I walk down the hallway, I'm like, hey, and she's like, hey. And we kind of have some jokes now that we have with each other because of just like this campus, our atmosphere it's vibrant, and we just love our students, and we love that they're here studying abroad, and we want them to have a fabulous time. So we really are there for the students. So if you're experiencing any culture shock or you want to talk about anything, I think that's something that we really pride ourselves on, that we do well. Do you think so, Patrick?
I would definitely have to agree. I drop in on your guys' offices all the time just to chat for just a little bit, no matter what it is. Haven't been kicked out yet.
But let's see, there's that's a really good question. Someone says, I miss ACN. We miss you too. How old are you guys? This is a great question. Because I think this can really break the stigma on some things. How old are you, Megan?
I'm 21.
21, so you're a senior.
Yep.
And Patrick?
27.
27, so you actually decided to study abroad. And that's fantastic, because I don't think a lot of people probably would, if they started college a little bit later and they took a break, I don't think they would actually study abroad. And we're super happy to have them studying abroad here, because I think that can really be a great voice for people that have put a limit, maybe a little like stop on their college career and then went back at it and decided to study abroad because why not? Right?
Exactly.
One of the question I had here, which is a great question. How do you deal with anxiety and homesickness while abroad? I'll let you two answer that because you're the ones abroad, and I know you've both experienced it. So, who would like to go
That's
first?
true. I guess I can. The nice thing is I haven't really felt homesick because of how easy it is to contact everybody at home. But sometimes, you just get the days where you just feel out of place. But all the students that I know that I have, like that are here, all the friends, don't let me feel out of place. If they know something's wrong, they pull me out of my room and make me hang out with them just to bump my spirits up.
That's good. That's really good. That's good to hear because we want our students to feel at home and welcome here, and having a great student body that is really, here for each other to be able to, bring you out if you're feeling down, if you're feeling homesick, because we notice it too because we've experienced it. We always say to the students, we've been there, we've gone through these experiences. I've lived abroad multiple places now, but I've had homesickness in every single country, so it doesn't go away, and you might get it. Some people don't ever get it, but if you do get it, that's why we're here, and we're here to talk to you and help you get through it. And Megan, do you want to explain
Yeah.
how you deal with it?
I guess the first few days I called my friends at home a lot and talked to them, and then after a while it got better because you showed me around and got me out. And then
I took her to the grocery store. I was like, you need to eat. We need to get your food.
And then you can I talked to some of the American students about how they felt, and they were nervous too, so it made me feel a little bit better that I wasn't the only one who felt awkward here.
Yeah.
Right away. But it got way better when it started meeting people and everyone's super nice and stuff.
And then she went from wanting to leave and was anxious to wanting to stay for the whole year. So
Yeah.
I really just say push through it. If you get homesick, just tell people. Let us know, because that way we can help you out. We can just chat with you. We can figure out what you need help with, because we've all been there before. So definitely just let us know. And we'll try our best to be accommodating towards your needs. And really great question. What are the dorms / housing like? Okay, so our dormitories are just a 2-3 minute walk up from the main building, and all the students are housed into one dorm building, and they will have a roommate. And what's super nice about our dorms is they're recently renovated and modern, and you each have your own bedroom, and it'll have your bed in there. It'll have a wardrobe. It'll have a desk, a chair, and then you will have a common space in the kitchen, and it has an oven. It has a refrigerator in it, and then your bathroom. Two of the perks. One perk is your bathroom has a washing machine, which you don't have to pay anything extra for. You just pay your rent. You have to pay for the detergent and whatnot, but you have the washing machine. And then also in the bathroom, there's heated floors. So that's a perk, because I've noticed that a lot of the American students are like, there's heated floors in the bathroom. So our dormitories, I think, are quite nice, but why don't you talk about it? Because actually, I don't live in the dormitories, so I think they're fantastic, but I'll let the students talk about it because you live there.
True. Well, unlike dormitories back home where you're sharing your bedroom, everything, it's nice you have the common area to hang out with, but you also have privacy, which is a big thing.
Yeah, they're way nicer than I actually anticipated. You get your own room, plus you get a kitchen. I didn't realize the kitchen was gonna be so nice, and it's not old or rundown. It's modern and nice.
And that's one of the nice things. Actually, someone asked about money, if it's expensive to study here. Because you have a kitchen here, you're able to cook a lot of meals, and you're gonna be with the Norwegian students, and you're gonna just be doing your routine of going to class Monday through Thursday. In the evening, maybe you meet up with the students in the activity center, pop in a pizza, watch a movie, because right across from the dorms, there's an activity center. There's 2 floors to it, and there's the cinema room on top, so we have Netflix and all that. There's PlayStations, game consoles, and then downstairs, there's ping pong tables, there's sofas, there's Wi-Fi in the whole building, and there's a kitchen. So if you don't want to just hang in your dorm, you want to go there, that's open 24 hours because there'll be a code in the front that you'll get when you study here. And that's a super nice place to go. But it's really just a community here. So you're definitely hanging out with students. You're doing all the same things because everyone's kind of in the same situation because the Norwegians starting here are just starting as well too. So they're a little bit nervous. So everyone's kind of in the same boat. So it's not as nerve-wracking and stressful as you might think because everyone's kind of like, classes start, because the Norwegians too that study here come from all over. So they don't all come from us. They come from way up north. They come from way west, way south, all over. So everyone's kind of in the same situation. So that's a great perk about ACN for our study abroad students. Do you think there's anything I missed? Do you think we covered a lot of it?
I think we covered most of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna, if there's any more questions and you wanna type in, send them in and we can answer them. I think we did a good job talking about studying abroad at ACN. One important thing I would say is, obviously you're on the Instagram, which is great because we post a lot of stories, we do takeovers, we do various things, and there's tons of information on there. But also, like our Facebook page, we also have Snapchat. We're on Snapchat as My ACN Snaps, and we have YouTube. It's just American College Norway. And our YouTube actually has some study abroad videos. It has the takeover videos on there. It has a video from our day trip to Oslo last week. So there's tons of content on there if you just kind of watch it and see what it's like. But if you have any questions, you can just send us a DM here on Instagram. And if you're thinking of studying abroad here, which I hope you are, because we would love for you to be here. We would love for you to come here to ACN. And I see some of our Norwegian students and American students have promoted this study abroad Instagram Live because they want their American friends to do it as well too because they had life-changing experiences. So we would love for you to come here and talk to your friends about it because I'm sure they'll give you only positive things about ACN. But talk to your study abroad office if you're thinking of studying abroad ACN because they can get you in contact with us, but they can also give you the more crucial information like tuition, all of those things, and applications, and they can help you with classes because our classes are listed there, but they'll help you figure that back out into your degree and whatnot. But if you're not from a partner institution as well, you can just send us a message at info@americancollege.no. On our website, there's an English section that has everything about the program, with the classes, prices, all that stuff in English. And if you have any questions, we're here for you. That's one thing where our slogan is, it's all about you. So we want to really be there for you. I think there were 2 more questions and then we'll sign off. But how many classes are there a day? So the thing is, at ACN, students will take, Norwegian students have to take 5 classes, which would be 15 credits. American students sometimes take only 4 classes, or 5 classes. It really depends on how many credits they need to finish their degree, what kind of workload they want. They might also have to take so many credits because of a loan they have from the United States. So, Megan, how many classes do you have in total here at ACN?
I have 4.
Okay, so
12 credits.
4 classes, which is 12 credits. Could you maybe go over your week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
On Monday I have 1 class, then Tuesday I have 2, Wednesday I have 3, and then Thursday I have 2. So it's pretty chill.
A lot of downtime?
Yeah.
And one thing I forgot to mention is there's a lot of organizations on campus too. So there's a lot of ways to get involved with your downtime. So you don't have to have that I need to be away traveling every weekend. So you definitely can get involved on campus and off campus in the community with some various organizations, and we'll connect you with people. Patrick, do you want to go over your schedule?
Sure. I've only got 4 classes, just like Megan, but I have 2 that are on Monday, 3 Wednesday, and then only 1 Tuesday and Thursday. So Thursdays I'm done at noon, ready for the weekend.
3-day weekends. That's one thing I don't think you're going to find at many institutions. So if you are really looking to travel a lot, it's a great opportunity because you don't have to worry about skipping classes, which we don't want you to skip classes, but you have 3 days to really get out there and just go do things. And even on that Friday, you can go south to Sweden because it's only 2.5 hours to Gothenburg from Moss, or you can take the boat to Copenhagen for the weekend, or you can go to Oslo, which is 40 minutes away, or go to other really nice cities in Norway that are super close. Or you can just hang out in Moss because there's tons of things to do on the weekend here too. But we're here to help you with all of that. We know you're here for a semester. We want to make sure you have a fantastic time. So we definitely recommend places for you to go and do all these things. And let me see if there's any more questions. Well, there aren't really any more questions. But if you do have any more questions, you feel free to send them to us on Instagram or anywhere. And this video will be up for 24 hours, but I will save it and I will actually post it to our YouTube channel. So that way people can watch it in the future. And we're glad that you joined us. I'm so happy that so many of you sent in some questions. Those are some great questions. And like I said, contact us and maybe we'll see you here this spring or maybe this summer or maybe in the fall. So thank you very much. And I would like to really thank Megan and Patrick for volunteering to be in this. And have a good morning because it's early morning for all you. So thank you for waking up early and watching this. Bye-bye.